U.S. Embassy donates ultra-low temperature freezers. Ministry of Health to observe Independence Day with second drive-through COVID-19 vaccination drive. East Bank supermarket robbed, owner and security team tied up and beaten. In the region, at least 14 killed in Peru attack before the presidential election. And internationally, thousands evacuated in India as strong cyclone Yash inches closer. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. The Ministry of Health is observing Independence Day 2021 with a second drive-through COVID-19 vaccination drive at the Ghana National Stadium on Wednesday, May 26 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Persons 18 years and older are encouraged to attend to receive the jab. Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony said, other regions are working to have the drive-through vaccination sites as well.
Region 6 this week is going to set up a drive-through by the Berbice River Bridge so people can go there and get their vaccines. So they're still putting the pieces together for that drive-through.
The Ministry of Health continues to increase the number of vaccination sites with the hope of achieving herd immunity shortly. A supermarket owner and his security team on the east bank of Demerara was tied up, beaten and robbed. Esther Sobers has that story.
Police are on the hunt for 3 bandits who robbed 2 businessmen and a security guard at Friendship East Bank, Demerara on Monday. According to a police report, the armed robbery occurred sometime at around 7:20 a.m. just after the 52-year-old shop owner opened his Riri-Fu supermarket. The bandits, all armed with handguns and dressed in dark-colored hoodies and face masks, carted off with more than $800,000 worth in cell phones and $100,000 in digital phone cards. The bandits tied up the security guard and one of the businessmen with black plastic straps, placed them on the floor to lie down and relieve them of their valuables. The shop owner was also beaten to the head by the perpetrators. One of the bandits guarded the victims while the other went upstairs to rob the other businessman. They tied up the 27-year-old before ransacking his bedroom and relieving him of his cell phone. The perpetrators removed 2 DVRs before escaping. Investigation into the robbery is ongoing. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Police are investigating the report of rape committed on an 11-year-old girl in Cayuni, Mazaruni. A male family member has since been arrested. According to the police, the child had told her mother of what transpired, but the woman scolded the young girl for complaining. As such, the victim confided in another family member who reported the matter to the police. A medical report was obtained in the victim's favor and the suspect was arrested as inquiries continue. The girl says she has been continuously assaulted by the suspect. The incident reportedly occurred between August 2020 and May 2021. Stick around, we've got more news for you after the break.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, will also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. On Monday, the Ministry of Health received a donation of 5 ultra-low temperature freezers valued at $72,000 from the United States Embassy in Georgetown. This donation is intended to boost the country's COVID-19 vaccination drive. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, received the freezers at the ministry's Central Supplies Unit in Kingston. The minister expressed the government's appreciation for the donation, noting that it would serve a critical role in expanding the country's vaccination storage capacity.
We're indeed very happy today because we have received these minus 80 freezers. And as you know, one of the most important components of managing vaccines is that you have to get an adequate cold storage system in place.
The minister added that the freezers complement Guyana's ultra-cold storage system as they can accommodate vaccines that need to be kept below the normal storage temperatures. Dr. Frank Anthony said the government was engaged in many discussions to source proper storage facilities for the vaccines, and the embassy had committed to help. Quote, "Our colleagues from the embassy here had assured us that they are going to help us with the relevant equipment, and today you are seeing the donations of these freezers, so we are extremely happy about this." End of quote. Meanwhile, Charles D. Affairs' Mark Cullinan stated that the donation from the U.S. government would allow for the distribution of the vaccines in a proper state to the people of Guyana.
This particular donation represents a $72,000 contribution. It's part of a larger program by the United States Humanitarian Assistance Program. So far, we've purchased over $150,000 in locally secured equipment to help Guyana address the pandemic.
A security guard was robbed of cash and valuables whilst returning home from work. Here is more from Esther Sobers.
Just around midnight on Monday at Cooper Street and Pontrench, a 26-year-old security guard was robbed of cash and valuables worth approximately $75,000 by 2 men. Inquiries disclosed the victim was walking east along Pontrench, heading in direction of her home when she passed her 2 perpetrators sitting on the corner of King Edward Street. As she approached the corner, 2 bandits confronted her from behind with a handgun. The armed perpetrator pointed the handgun at the security guard and another took away her items, after which they escaped north along Cooper Street. The items stolen are 1 cell phone and a black haversack with cash and personal documents. An investigation is on the way. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Today, the National Sports Commission was officially appointed. The chairman has been named as football promoter Kashif Mohammed. Published in the official gazette, a notice named other members of the commission as Guyana's Cricket Board President Bisundial Singh, President of the Tennis Association Christy Campbell, Delon Davison, Squash Coach Philip Fernandez, and Chetram Ramdial. The National Sports Commission is responsible for the promotion of sports, the provision of funding for sports, erecting and maintaining sporting and other recreational facilities, among other things. The Commission is also expected to advise the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports on the appointment of a Director of Sports. Don't go away. After the break, we have the regional and international news.
them, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Oh gosh, what's this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. Is what I gonna do here?
Hi guys, my name is Ms. Purja Singh and I'm the senior teacher at the Director After School Program. Due to the spread of the coronavirus and the need for social distancing, we have moved our in-class learning activities to online via Skype. On the online side, we will be focusing on spelling, phonics, reading, and the National Grade 6 assessments. For more information, you can inbox us or call us.
Contact us on 675-4379. I can call them now. Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. Peru's military says at least 16 people, including 2 children, have been killed in an area known for cocaine production. Al Jazeera's Marina Sanchez reports.
Remnants of the left-wing insurgency Shining Path are being blamed for perpetrating the worst attack in decades in this remote jungle area of central Peru. Among the dead, 2 small children.
As a consequence of this terrorist attack, they were killed. Among the badly burnt bodies were those of 2 small children.
The rebels have ambushed military and police before. That's what's left of the Maoist insurgency that threatened to take power 40 years ago and which left nearly 60,000 Peruvians dead. And their activities are funded by drug trafficking. The region produces more than 70% of the coca leaf from which cocaine is made. Police say a pamphlet left behind in the attack called for a boycott of Peru's runoff election in June. Many are not surprised by the assaults. Similar attacks have been perpetrated before the end of past elections. Analysts say they are meant to scare voters from supporting left-leaning candidates. Right-wing candidate Keiko Fujimori dismisses any suggestion that the attack favors her candidacy.
I categorically reject this attack, and I'm sorry these bloody acts are again happening in our country. The terrorist groups want to paralyze us and instill fear in us. We should not allow this to happen.
Right-wing campaigners say candidate Pedro Castillo is a rebel sympathizer. Castillo has denied the allegations and condemned the assault.
My eternal solidarity with the families of the victims who have been murdered.
The rebels have not taken responsibility for the killings. President Francisco Sagasti deployed military and police to investigate the massacre. But the results of that are unlikely to come before the voters decide who they think will best handle the deadly attacks. Mariana Sanchez, Al Jazeera, Lima, Peru.
And internationally, in the Gaza Strip, Palestinians are trying to assess the economic cost of Israelis' assault. One business group estimates unemployment in the besieged strip, which was 50%, could have gone up to 10% points in a matter of days. Al Jazeera's Harry Fassett reports.
This was the Foamco mattress factory. Its owners say it will be again. Rebuilding has started but will take at least 5 months. Last Wednesday, they say, burning fragments from nearby Israeli airstrikes set this place ablaze. Mohammed Hodari says the fire took as long as 6 hours to burn out, causing $3 million worth of damage. In Gaza, insurance doesn't cover war. They happen too often.
There are two main obstacles. We don't have any raw material, and it's also not entering. And we have no equipment, or very few equipment, basic equipment to operate with. And of course, this resulted in the unemployment of around 60 people.
Next door to here is Hamada Ceramics, or at least pieces of it. This place was hit on the first night of the war, and not just once. This is one of 4 direct hits, the owner tells me. He says that there used to be a military workshop next door. He bought the land to prevent Israeli attacks. His best guess is that the Israelis were working to old information. In Gaza's main industrial zone, the Hamas deputy economy minister tells me the Israelis decided to attack businesses. You're firing positions protected by civilian areas and infrastructure, then doesn't Hamas bear some of the responsibility for that being in the firing line in return?
I can't say that Hamas as an Islamic movement, they were hide under civilians. The Israelis, they already assassinated their objectives and they don't have any more objective to do so. That's why they start demolishing deliberately and fully intentionally our facilities.
Even before the war, Gaza's economy was in seemingly perpetual crisis. Years of siege and closure compounded by months of COVID. Unemployment was around 50% before the escalation. One business group estimates it's now up another 10 percentage points. Fahid Nimmer is one of those to have lost his job. For the next few months at least, he was a machinist at the mattress factory. I ask him what he makes of the victory celebrations.
All of this destruction, the destruction of the factory, how did I benefit? I lost my job. I'm responsible for raising my children. Who will feed them?
On Monday, Hamas held a huge rally marking the sacrifice of the fighting men killed in this war. But as ever, the sacrifice is shared all over Gaza by people who had no part in the fighting. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Gaza.
And finally, tens of thousands of people are being evacuated from 2 states in India as severe cyclone Yash bears down on the east coast. Al Jazeera's Charles Stratford reports.
Tropical cyclone YAAS is approaching the coast of Bengal in northeast India fast. Meteorologists say very warm sea temperatures will intensify the storm's power in the coming hours. They say wind speeds could reach up to 150 kilometers an hour. Some coastal areas are already flooded by the storm's surge. Emergency services are trying to organize evacuations. Leave your homes and property now. Civil defense teams are here, shouts this man. Families have found shelter in schools and government buildings away from the shore.
In these areas near Chandpur, there has been a rise in the seawater levels from Tuesday morning. The water from the sea has entered our village in many places, and the officials from the disaster management teams are trying to cut channels to remove the seawater. On Monday night, most residents from the low-lying areas of the village have been moved to safer locations.
India's meteorological department said early Tuesday that the storm was approximately 320 kilometres away from the coast of West Bengal and expected to make landfall on Thursday. It warns a storm surge could flood coastal areas in Odisha and Kolkata with up to 4 metres of water. India's National Disaster Response Force says it has put on standby 112 emergency teams to help with evacuations. This will be the second powerful cyclone to hit India in the last 10 days. More than 100 people were killed by a cyclone that hit the state of Gujarat in northwest India earlier this month. Powerful storms are common during the monsoon season, but safety procedures this year are expected to be especially challenging as India suffers a huge surge in COVID-19 infections. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera.
And that is all for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. That is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Tune in on Friday at 5:30 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, happy independence and take care.